excluding or limiting cereal grains is really important. If you need to feed cereal grains, it's important to limit the amount of starch that you're providing to horses to less than 1 gram per kilogram of body weight per feed. If you do need more energy in the diet, there's lots of great feed options on the markets now. So we've got beet pulp, soybean hulls, lupin hulls, copra meal, oils, and also lucerne or alfalfa pellets, wherever you are in the world, are really great high energy components that you can use in diets instead of starch. The next thing is to allow at least 12 hours grazing per day, and ideally that's not lush pasture, because as we talked about before, fructans can cause some issues, so we don't want huge amounts of those, but at least having some grazing per day is really important. And if you can't do that for some reason, then you need to get creative with ways that your horse can do some incidental exercise, remembering back to the wild horses that were doing 20 to 30 kilometres of walking or grazing and walking per day. So trying to replicate and mimic that as close as possible, because movement is really important for gut motility. So minimising diet changes as well, and all diet changes should be carried out over 2 weeks at least. It's really important that you not only think about if you're changing a feed, but changing between hays, changing from pasture to hay, changing from hay to pasture is probably really important. Really, that is probably one of the most important points. And the last point in avoiding colic is to feed plenty of forage. I see it time and time again, pasture's short, we're not supplementing with hay, so do your best. If pasture is basically less than 1 to 2 inches, we need to be supplementing with hay, and around that 1.5% of body weight is a good amount, but your horse will often tell you if it's quite a palatable hay, then you put a certain amount of hay out and they'll generally eat it or not eat as much. So just monitoring how much they're eating and trying to give them as much as they'll eat. They should have a small amount left. And then we've got, if they've got no pasture available, then probably providing around 2% of their body weight in hay per day. Now, the forage is really important because we want the gut to be full, and hay and pasture provides that indigestible fibre that we need to keep the gut full. And also it keeps the gut moving, so good for motility, good for stomach health, and just really mimics what they've evolved to eat.